What's going on, guys? It's Afraid Not, and we are back here on Black Ops 2, and this commentary I'm not going to be talking about me today, but for those of you who are interested, I am going to say that everything is going absolutely fine, and I'm just overwhelmed by all the support that you've given me over the last week, so thanks guys, it really does mean a lot. I've been catching up on most of your videos over the last couple of days, I think, and I've watched pretty much everyone's. If you feel that I haven't or seen your video or left a comment or like or anything, then let me know in the comments, and be sure to just let me know, just to say, oh, you haven't checked this video, as I am just I'm in the process of trying to get up to date, especially with the people I'm networking with. But over the course of the last few days, I keep seeing videos about PC versus console. People, it's kind of like a console war, but it's not really. It's like both consoles, i.e. the PS4, the Xbox One, against the PC, and which is better, which is worth having. So I thought, you know what, that would make a really good commentary. So, well, I hope, at least I hope so anyway. But I'm going to go through a couple of things. I've actually written some notes. I've quite long notes. Now, I normally write notes when I do a commentary, but I had to write a few notes here because there's a few things here that I was afraid that I'd leave out. Let's dive straight into the video, and be sure that these are all my opinions. There's not necessarily facts. You might agree, you might not agree, but again, that's a great way to start a discussion. If you don't agree with anything in the video, then please make sure that you leave it in the comments and let's have a chat about it. Okay, right, console. I've put pros and cons. Now, for pros, I've wrote down was easy to use. Consoles are easy to use, in my opinion. It's just one of those things you can go out, buy a disc, stick it in the machine, and there you go, you play your game. Well, at least that's what it was, but yeah, it still is to that certain type of, to a certain degree, it is the kind of the same thing. Okay, and consoles, they're generally cheap. They're cheaper than PCs anyway. It's a big sociable device. I found that when I want to get online, talk to friends, play games, it's always the console that I go to. I would never go to a PC, although I've got a couple of friends on PC, don't get me wrong, but the people that I kind of know in real life from school, all that kind of thing, generally game on consoles. So it's a really, really good sociable, the social aspect of it is definitely better than what the PC is. Next thing I wrote down is that it's a big user base. Like, I look on PC and the most played game I think is Dota 2, and then you go down to the next one, which is about 100k I think normally played. I can't think what it is. Might be Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is generally number 2, and when it says on Steam, I'll talk about Steam anyway. When it says about 100,000 people playing that game, and that's the second most played game on Steam, that isn't really quite a lot, is it? Like, when you think about it, it is a lot, but it's not on the degree of what a console game would be, or like an average console game. You probably get about that anyway. So yeah, so they're the the 4 pros that I wrote down for console. The cons for it, that you can't mod. That's one thing that I am really disappointed in with consoles. If they brought that in, that would definitely increase the replayability. Like, for instance, Skyrim, you can, on the console, you buy the game, you play the game, you finish it, and then it's done. But on the PC, you can do exactly the same thing as that, but you can start adding on the mod tools. Now, there's so many different mods that are available on the PC, and it makes the game an absolute never-ending game. So it really does make the experience to play the game much better on PC. Another con with consoles is really the way it's made. Now, what I've wrote down is the slowness of it. Now, I'm talking really about the Xbox One. PS4 can be slow at times, but the Xbox 360 was also very, very slow. That was down to how it was made, the RAM that was put into it, and all that kind of thing. I just find that they're just really, really slow to use, and I think I've got the same amount of RAM in my PC, but it just seems to work a hell of a lot more quicker than what it does on consoles. So that's another con. Another thing I will point out on the consoles is the peripherals. They're so expensive. Like, for instance, last week I bought an adapter just to play my headset or be able to talk through my controller. It's an Xbox 360 headset, and I wanted to play it through the controller on the Xbox One, so I had to buy this peripheral, this little device to put on the controller, and it cost me 20 quid, like 20 quid for this little adapter. I thought they were taking the piss, but it's something that I had to have. I've got a £250 headset, and I had to buy it. It's one of those, if I didn't buy it, I might as well have thrown the headset away. So I have got a few more things that do annoy me about the console, like the user interface generally, and the advertisements, especially at the moment. The Xbox One, again, just advertisements just being just lodged down my throat. I just can't stand it. And also the Kinect as well. The Kinect is just a pointless gimmick that I just think that the Xbox One has in particular. Let's go into a few things I love about the PC, and which I do love probably the most is that it's fully customizable. You know, like, if you want any more hard drive space, you could just buy another hard drive. If you want it to be a little bit quicker, just buy some more RAM. Don't like that mouse? Well, you know, there's about 1,000 like different things that you could have for a mouse. You know, ones with extra buttons, etc., etc. So things things like that I absolutely love about it. That's one of the definite pros. And again, with the games, just they're cheap. Every time a new release comes out, they're normally about £40 to £45 I think on console, but with PC they're £29.99, you know. And their free-to-play market is unbelievable. Like, you could really use up a lot of game time just by playing free-to-play games. You go through Steam and there's just so many different options. And yeah, no, and there's certain types of games on PC that which you can't get on console, like MOBAs, Dota, League of Legends and all that kind of thing. So the PC game market, you could probably say, is a lot more variable. And something that I've already touched up on earlier in the video is the modding community for pretty much every game that comes out. The modding community for most games is just unbelievable. As I said earlier, you know, it keeps games, the replayability, and you could just play and play and play. I just absolutely love that with the PC. There are a few cons though with using a PC. They're expensive. You know, if you want a good mid-range PC, you're looking at about £1,000. Well, I'd say mid-range PC. You know, you're looking from sort of £700 to £1,000. It's probably a little bit better. If you want a good PC, you're looking a hell of a lot more. Like, I think I paid about £1,500 for mine, so it's quite a lot of money, but worth every penny in my opinion. I absolutely love my PC. One of the best things I've ever bought. Another con with it is that it's slightly it is complicated. I actually built mine from scratch. I didn't actually buy a PC. I bought all the parts and put it all together. I had to teach myself YouTube videos. I had a colleague at work help me out with that, but it was complicated. But you know, it's just like, I'm so happy I've done it and I've learned how to do it now. But once you learn how to do something like that, you will never forget it. So that's another good thing with the PC. And something, bad thing with the PC, sorry, is that it's complicated. Good thing. Another thing that I don't really like at all really is the Steam and Origin services. Now, Steam in its own right, the idea of it is good, but the fact that I know you can go out and buy your own CDs for games, like the game CDs for PCs, but you can do that, I know, but it's obviously a lot more convenient to do it via Steam. But Steam can charge whatever they like. Origin can charge whatever they like. So I know Origin can charge whatever they like. So I think they kept SimCity on the market for so long, and I was just like, really, like, I wanted to play the game, but I weren't paying £50 or whatever they were charging for it. Now, it's probably gone down now, but I've really sort of lost interest in it. But yeah, so really the difference between the two, I think that if you're a casual gamer, someone who comes home from work and just wants to relax, play with your friends, then buy a console, 100%, that's definitely for you. However, if you're after a more of a game experience, a better experience, definitely the PC. If you're really into your games and you've got, you know, money to spend, then I would definitely buy a PC. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a rating, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.